media day on Wednesday, and a lot of excitement about basketball right now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, I'm excited about our team. I think the hardest part, for me this time is, we had a huge recruiting period that started September 9th, and we just finished up this past Tuesday. And then we had a pretty big weekend of a lot of kids on campus. So, during that time, that month period there, you're in and out, and there's not that level of consistency or continuity I'd like to have for myself, because I get in for a day or two, and then I'm back out for 4 or 5, and I go back in. But based on what I can see so far, I definitely think we have a lot more depth. I think our freshmen, to me, have been very, very impressive in the fact that I think that they bring an added toughness to our team. I think Larson and Patrick Young, and you get our physical guys that are going to be good players for us. What kind of impact they can make right away, we'll see. I think Rosario is really, really good as a transfer for Boynton and Walker competitively every day in practice. And then I think, Chandler and Vernon, Alex Ty, some of our older guys, I think are in a place where they're excited. So, like I told our guys, I think what ends up happening sometimes is, in college basketball, when you have all 5 starters returning from a team that went to the NCAA tournament, the expectation is we're going to be really good. But I also think we were also one of those teams on Selection Sunday that had our fingers crossed. And if we were left out, it would maybe be a different feel. We wouldn't be talking about the excitement. We're talking about, can you get back to the tournament? Can these guys get back? So it's just interesting how things can change. And I just told our guys, we got to keep into perspective what we have to do as a team and not get wrapped up of whether or not anybody thinks we can be good or not good, or how far we can go this season, and be much more consumed on putting in the work each and every day. And their attitude has been good. They've worked very hard. The times that I have been there, it's been very positive. But I'm more anxious for Friday, when now it's going to be on an everyday where there's a level of consistency. Because I'll come in on a Tuesday and work those guys out, and then they may not see me again until Monday. And you just go too long where there's not that continuity and consistency you want. So we'll get that on Friday. But I'm looking forward to it. We've got, and this is as deep as we've been in terms of having bodies for practice, to get better, to compete in practice, and to get better. And the one thing I think that's good that I look at is a guy like Patrick Young, although not as polished as a freshman in college yet, but he has unbelievable energy. He's got a great motor, and it's making Macklin better every day. Rosario's sitting out, he's not playing, but as a guy that started 2 years in the Big East and scored over 1,000 points, he's making Boynton better. Scotty Wilbekin, the same thing with Irving. So I think when you look at positions and the guy that's behind him, there's a competitiveness that I like, that I think is going to help our team.
Irving calls it competitive excellence, which I guess is what you're referring to. And speaking of Irving, how quickly things change. Have you talked to him recently?
Actually, I saw him on Friday, the day before the game. We had a couple kids on campus, and he was kind enough to spend some time with him in his office and stuff. And obviously, he was in game mode and getting ready for LSU. And obviously, I was, disappointed, with the loss for him and the team. But my relationship, I don't know all the players in the team as well as I know Urban. But I think he's going into the season at a place for himself emotionally and mentally and spiritually where I think how you handle these situations is what he has, I think, really worked hard to get himself prepared for, because it is a long season. And I think when you're in the midst of it, it's getting your guys to understand how to handle that adversity.